Welcome back to part 4 of our Dark Eye Heist Let's Play. And we had a small break in between sessions, and basically we had a really good meal, and we just pretend like you've found the buffet
and plundered it.
And plundered the buffet. Yes, it's a very fancy feast. One bird is stuffed with another bird, stuffed with another bird, and then the whole thing had a terrible accident with lots of honey and nuts. And then someone decided to put the feathers of the dead bird back onto the baked bird, and yes.
All right, delicious.
And guacamole, if you want to.
Oh yes,
great.
The guacamole was.
I'll have some of the dead bird inside the dead bird.
Yes.
Without the feathers.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I
just dip a finger into the guacamole.
I can't take you anywhere.
So, we've taken a look at the garden.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point of the party, the mistress of the keys, who's introduced as Constanza, asks whether people are interested in a tour of the house and of the collection of the pictures, of the paintings.
So, what about our lady? Did she like...
She looks uninterested.
She was so very suspicious of, I don't know what of, but of something.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I guess we should go to the tour. It can't hurt.
Yes, I mean, maybe it'll show us some way of going about this that we haven't seen yet. Cause
I mean, we shouldn't lose too much time, but I think it would be a good idea to just get a run of the house. And
yeah. How much time do we have left approximately? Like what time
you
is
have
it?
about 2 hours left.
Yeah, we should.
Maybe we should ask how long the tour takes first. Because if it's only 15 minutes, then if it's an hour,
I'm sure it's not that long. The house is not.
It's a pretty big house.
All right, I'll chat up.
We're not touring the whole of the house. We're just touring the parts that are open to the public.
I see.
Well,
so,
and how long will that take exactly?
About a quarter of a water. A water measure is an hour.
They have to be fancy about it, though.
it's just Aventurian speak. Over those 30 years, there's been lots of vocabulary built up.
Okay.
And they can't say things straight. You know, you can say it's the sun, but you should rather say it's the prior's disc.
Oh, of course.
Of course, yeah.
Yes.
So just a tiny bit of the prior's disc, then okay. Fine, it's probably worth doing.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
We will join the tour. Thank you very much.
Yes, there's a rather big group who's very interested in the tour, and mostly people like you who are not on the scale of fancy, who are not among the tens, but more in the middle.
Is the troublemaker guy also with us?
He says, "Yes, I will take a look at these paintings."
God, can you maybe?
He's got his two bodyguards with him who look very big and red in their poppy outfits.
Could you try and trip him up or something at an opportunity?
Oh, well, I don't know. We shouldn't draw attention to us, I think.
That's probably true.
Not right now.
Maybe later as a distraction.
Yes, later on. Might be a good idea. We should keep that in mind.
I'm very good at picking fights when it suits me.
Yes, we know.
We know, yeah.
And you too, as well.
The tour starts on the ground level, and there's mostly, and this was the dining room during the years so-and-so, and decor was made by the artist, blah, blah, blah. But then you go upstairs, and the first thing that you see is the library, or the reading room of the house, which is actually very tastefully decorated and full of books about history, about paintings, but mostly it's about botany.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Botany.
Botany.
Yeah.
And then finally it's the big finish, the finale, and she takes her time finding the right key and opening the door, and there's lots of clicking and rumbling within the lock, and then she opens the door to the hall of the paintings. And most of them are rather boring, actually. There's paintings of people from the family over the centuries, and there's paintings of the surrounding landscape and of emperors and important scenes from the past and the history, and paintings of ships on a sea that looks rather more dramatic than the sea usually looks. But there's one painting that stands out, and that's actually the one with the very long title that we just shortened out to the last rose. And it shows basically just two roses in two different settings that intermingle, and one is a cold background with the dying rose that's touched by frost, and one in the foreground that's just starting to bloom with very warm colors, and it looks rather more alive than a painting should look. But there's lots of rumors about the picture, as Constanza tells you with a very straight and strict face, that this artist, who is an elf, uses materials that can collect magic as one of their important features. Chiron paste, which is made of a weed that just grows in one lake and that collects magic, and so forth. It looks pretty, and it looks a little bit disconcerting, because you could swear that suddenly one of the petals moved.
Quite fascinating, actually.
Yes.
My watch was, I think, ticking into the microphone. It's quite a loud watch.
Okay.
Let me just
sorry,
pass that to the directing cat.
Right.
Yeah, that's just the time running out for you.
So
yeah, but now you've got kind of, you know where the rooms are, the most important ones.
Is there a kind of, in fancy houses, how there's like a servant's, kind of like a wall that slides back and it becomes a servant's entrance. You can't see it, but you can sometimes see where there would be a door, like a hidden door where a servant would sneak in to make the fire in the morning unnoticed and sneak back.
Okay, you want to try and find something like that?
Yes, I would like to look for special like just kind of so make it easier to maybe go unnoticed and not get away from the crowd.
Yeah, like
okay.
I
if we have to hide or get away fast or something, it would be useful.
Yeah, and also to get around without...
There's basically a talent for noticing things. Sinneschärfe.
Oh, yes.
You can roll on that.
Sinneschärfe habe ich gar nichts. But yeah, I'm perceptive.
Which is basically, for me today, it sounds like a very normal German word, but actually it doesn't exist. It was basically created for the dark eye.
I rolled a 20.
Okay.
Well, I failed, so...
Yeah, you failed, so no, you don't.
I'm gonna have a go.
Yeah, this house is pretty.
Much too distracted by
I can try to.
By the weird painting.
Mm-hmm. And by the talk about the German linguistics, or what?
That's not so
maybe?
bad.
Ooh.
It's a 12.
No, it's a 19. No way. I don't know.
Oh, and you rolled a 1 again.
Yeah, I rolled another one.
And
but
a 19, that's great.
That's fine. Intuition, fine.
How do you normally do it? Like,
yeah, I did it.
Oh, nice.
You did it.
When you roll 3 dice, just a question, like, do you normally just kind of...
Go from left to right? And there's also a color code. You can color code your dice to the...
If I have
yes, they have like colored rings around them. Yes. Okay, yeah.
When I have my own dice, I usually have them assigned, but now I just read them from left to right.
Yeah. Sometimes players like to kind of cheat and move. I rolled an 18, but it's on my strong.
On my good one, yeah. That's what I was wondering.
Yes, you can cheat like that.
So you actually notice that the wall between the library and the room next to it. So the library to the one side shares a wall with the room where the paintings are, and on the other side it shares a wall with just basically a corridor, a hallway. And that wall, you think that's slightly thicker than it should be, and it's thicker than the other walls in the house.
Yeah, okay.
And there's nifty wood paneling that would hide the door really well.
All right, I think I point that out to you, especially, because she's the one who needs to know stuff like that.
I guess so.
And you can just... Yeah.
While they're doing that, I want to have a closer look at this moving painting with the roses. So you've got... So it's like the crowd still around it, I'm assuming. Like.
Yes, they're all going, ooh, and ah, and so, student of the great Golodian scene.
Is there anything in the picture that would suggest Peacock?
Not at all.
No, it's just...
Okay, so
just two very realistically painted roses. And as someone knew how to use colors and color grading to kind of take the picture apart and make and turn it into different stages.
So is it like 2 pictures kind of on top of each other, or is it like one in the background, one in the foreground?
The cold one in the background, the warmer one in the foreground, and they're intertwined.
I see. All right. Interesting.
Okay, so a nod to you, that acknowledgement that you've shown me this kind of secret entrance.
This possible secret entrance.
Yes.
And we might... I want to take a look perhaps out of the window, just for orientation purposes, if I can see.
You can take a look at the garden. You're near now in the last bit of the house that is 2 stories, on the 2nd floor. And you can look down onto the flat roof of one of the legs of the arms, I don't know. That's just 1 story, where the stables are.
All right. But I don't see the orangery.
Yes, you can see the orangery.
And
you're looking at the garden behind the house.
Is there a way to get from the flat roof of the stables to the orangery, so like kind of rooftop thing?
No, there's just a wall running along, but you can see that it's crowned with bronze spikes.
Right, yes.
Oh, bronze spikes,
someone who's very careful could kind of weave in between them and use the wall as a means to get to the roof of the orangery. You have to be careful or it's going to hurt.
And it would be pretty noticeable as well if you're on top of the wall.
Well, the garden is not very well lit, so maybe if you're careful and if you know there is a distraction or something like that people are not looking your way.
Well, I guess if the tour is finished now, we might take
Mr. Cornflower says something along the lines of, well, if you can't get a Galodian Sea Moon original, it might do.
That guy, honestly.
You can visibly see Constanza bristle in her stomach.
Shall we have a look-see where that possible door leads, or shall we go back downstairs into the garden?
Well, we can't start trying the paneling while people are in the room.
No, we have to wait until they're gone.
Yes. The tour is now over and Constanza is starting to shoo the people out of the room.
Yeah, I think it's not... Do you have an idea?
Well, are there like any long curtains in this room that one could hide behind, or kind of convenient furniture that you could just go step behind?
Not the room with the paintings. In the room with the library, it has a lot of heavy curtains and a lot of furniture that is put in the room so to make room for more books, basically.
Is that the room with the slidey door thing?
Yes, the possible slidey door thing.
Okay. Could hide in the library until she's gone.
Oh, 3 of us, okay.
I mean, I could distract the woman with the keys.
The question is, do we... It's not this useful.
Well, she's the lady with the keys. She would probably have keys to everywhere, right?
Interesting idea, but I think the garden is guarded, so even if you have keys, it wouldn't help so much.
I mean, I know a guy in the city who could get hold of a battering ram, but...
Yeah, I
not
think
the time.
Subtlety
not
is,
the time.
is key here.
It's hard to stab someone with a battering ram.
Well, if some masonry falls on them, it's almost as good as stabbing them. But
I think we shouldn't risk looking for the hidden entrance right now because we don't need it really, and if we get caught, it would mess up everything.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I could distract her.
Yeah, you could,
but you could also distract the guards in front of the rose garden. So
that's true.
Might as well go there and see what's up.
I think we should go to the
go
rose
there
garden
and check out the situation.
I mean, we have
You've also noticed some guards among the crowd at the party, but they wear the livery of the family, and they're also just armed with cudgels.
Okay.
So they're not wearing anything sharp, stabby.
Right.
You're wearing something stabby, so...
Yes. A lot of the higher class gentlemen the younger ones, are wearing foils and daggers.
I mean, you're good at sneaking, right?
Yes, I'm pretty good at hiding.
And sneaking.
And where is sneaking actually?
It's probably it's with the body talon somewhere, I think.
It's verbergen.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty good at that. And also
yeah, me too actually. I just noticed.
I'm not.
Good at dressing up as well. So
Okay,
if I were to dress up as somebody else or something at the party, we could also do that.
You know what we could do?
Well, I think perhaps we could go to the garden and you could just
Seduce the guards?
no, that would be
That
my
would be
job.
her job.
Okay.
But we have to find out how it is guarded. I mean,
Yes.
if it's one guard,
Yes,
I could.
you haven't been close to the orangery.
Yeah,
Right,
definitely.
maybe we should go near it.
Yeah.
And
Case
perhaps
the joint.
you
Yeah.
could like spy it, or
Yeah.
not too.
Like be secretive and spy out the place without. the
Yeah,
person.
right.
Yeah, we could do that.
That
Case
would
the
be
joint.
good.
What was you wanted to say?
No, not much.
Yeah.
I could just
Yeah,
have.
sure. We
I
should
could
do
try and create a distraction.
You maybe start a discussion
You
with the guard.
you're walking distraction.
I'm a walking distraction.
I mean, the two of us.
Has
we could-
anyone got a beer? Because I need to reek of alcohol
Okay.
for the distraction.
We could spill wine on you.
Oh yes.
No, not wine. I hate wine. Just some beer. There's got to be some beer around
I
here
mean,
somewhere.
there must be some beer at the buffet, right?
There's actually just wine.
Just wine. Well, you're gonna have to do it with wine then. Sorry.
You could ask one of the
Are
servants
there
who are
any hop
swarming around the
plants in the
room.
garden that I can throw into the wine?
What kind of plant?
Hop plants. Hopfen.
No,
No.
no, it's not that kind of
We'll
plant.
just. You know what? While we're having this discussion, I'm just gonna go whoops and just spill my wine on him very accidentally.
Thank you. Very effective.
I
dear.
take the glass.
Oh, sorry.
Oh
Sit
no!
Oh no.
How could that happen?
I take the glass, swirl it around my mouth a bit, spit it on the ground, hand it back.
Are we still in the library?
No, I hope not.
I hope not.
I assume we moved into the garden. if we
Yes,
do
we're in
that.
the
Okay,
We're in
fine, you're in the garden.
Yes, I hope so.
Phew, just retconned that entirely what we were going to throw out for spitting on the tiled floor.
And the very nice plush
Very
carpet.
nice.
in the
Oh, plush
library,
carpet.
yes.
Oh god, red wine stain.
The
All right.
carpet's red, it's fine.
Come on, Thistle, we are taking a walk through the garden
Yeah.
and you can sneak off.
Yes, I will
If you get
sneak
killed.
off into the shades whilst they take a turn.
Okay.
Right, and we will, if any other people are walking around, they will hopefully be distracted by the reeking and complaining Thistle and his very beautiful companion.
So you're just going to go towards the rose garden as
Yes.
if by accident. I'm going to
Right.
sneak around the sides of the garden in the darkness
Okay.
to the rose garden to
So you go sneak, sneak,
sneak, sneak, sneak. I will sneak.
Okay.
Oh god, please don't fail this.
Now you have
So-
chips.
Oh yeah,
So
that's
you
true.
can reroll.
Oh, that looks really bad.
Not-
That was a really bad roll. So
Oh,
wait,
come
that's-
on, that could
I
still
can.
work.
Yeah, so that's.
You're pretty good at that.
7. That's actually okay. Actually, no. I just made it, and I have 7.
As you might have
7 points
noticed,
left.
sometimes it's a little bit hard to do quick rolls.
I'm just not that quick with maths, and you have to check every number and then do the maths of how many points you have. So
Yeah, if you
it looks bad, but then it's actually not.
if you get used to it, it gets quicker.
Yeah, but
Okay, so you managed
I
to-
can manage.
Do you have any points left?
Yes, I have like 7 points left. So
7.
Yeah, it's
Oh
actually
my god!
much.
She just disappears into the darkness. She's just gone from one second to the
Despite
other.
the bright yellow dress.
Oh
Yes.
yes, I am a sunflower.
Yeah, but you realize that
I become one
that the
with the
lining of the sunflower dress is actually a nice dark brown beige, and you just flip it up.
I've just become one with the foliage.
Yes.
Just sort of.
So, while she's sneaking about,
Yeah.
I'd like to try and get as far as I can to like the main entrance of the garden,
Rose
of
garden.
the rose garden.
Of the rose garden.
Yeah.
The rose garden is behind the orangery.
And you have to go through the orangery.
You have to
first.
go through the glass house.
Well, we can
Okay.
go through the orangery together. then?
Yes, I think.
Can
so.
we enter?
As you try the door handle, you realize no,
Oh,
It's locked.
it's locked.
I,
You can
That is
force the door. You can try to
is,
smooth the lock.
is the door made of glass?
No, the door's made of wood, but there are lots of windows.
Okay.
Well, we don't need to get in there, and it wouldn't help us to reach the rose
Yeah,
garden.
you've
so-
got to get to the other side of this building, so you have to get through, or
And go-
over, or around.
Or under. Has anyone
What?
got a shovel?
No, we're not burrowing.
You're not
under
dwarf. Stop it.
Right.
Ask the
But yes, so we could go through the orangery.
Yeah.
Okay.
If the door was open, it's not.
Or,
Yes, but
or
if
open
it could. If
but
it
you can
could.
also
I-
go around.
Are there any signs of guards in the orangery?
In the orangery is dark and there's nothing moving in there, but you can see some lights on the other side where the rose garden is, and you can sometimes see those lights disappear and reappear when someone moves in front of them, and sometimes the lights itself are picked up and put somewhere else. So
Okay.
someone is working behind the orangery, but the building itself is obviously deserted.
I think we do have someone who can do the locks, but she's sneaking
Currently
around right
gone.
now.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, we could try and force the door.
Yes.
Say someone else did it. We could say that guy in the blue did it, trying to mess things up,
But why?
We should keep that in mind, actually.
because
But
they don't like him here.
I'm confused. Like,
Actually, where are you sneaking? If they
Right.
are at the
Yeah.
orangery,
I'm confused. Like, do you have to go through the orangery to get to
Yes.
the rose garden? So it's
Yes, you do.
mandatory. Okay.
or you could climb over the orangery, or you could climb out of the place and try to climb back in over the wall that is topped with glass shards.
so she actually wouldn't be able to see anything when
She
she's
can see
sneaking
just
around.
the same thing as you do,
Oh, that's okay.
but
Yeah.
she's very sneaky.
You're hiding very well, but there's no real
Right.
way in.
You can
But
just
you-
come back.
But while you sneak around, you find some of the darkest spots in the garden, and you keep to the shadows. But you suddenly stumble over something that is soft.
Is it a body?
No,
Okay.
it's much too small for a body. If you don't want to find a body
Okay.
that small, but it's soft and silky somehow.
Okay. Can I touch
Yeah,
it?
you
See
touch
what
it,
is?
and it's cloth, and it's very expensive.
Okay.
It's soft cloth.
So somebody's dropped their clothes.
It looks like it.
Hmm.
Do you want to inspect it?
Mm-hmm.
So you hold it up to a little bit of light, and you see that's a very bright green, lush color.
Does it look like P Lady's dress?
It's pretty much exactly P Lady's dress.
Oh, so she's done a thing.
All right.
Do I remember what she looked like apart from being a P?
The dress and the crown, they were very distracting.
Yeah,
but yes,
that's what I thought.
she has a small angular face and dark eyes, and you think you'd recognize her even without the dress.
Okay.
Interesting.
Are there footprints around? Where
It's too dark to see footprints.
Damn it.
And you're not an elf or a dwarf who can see in the dark.
That's true.
This is the point where Julia thinks she should have been a dwarf.
Or an elf.
A sneaky
Damn.
dwarf. Okay. We will solve the mystery of the naked lady,
Naked
P
pea
lady.
lady.
the naked pea lady in the garden in the next video, which is probably going to be the last.